Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cricket Wicket, and the wait continues for India as they yet again lose another ICC event. It's their third consecutive defeat in an ICC final and sixth overall ICC event in which they've been knocked out in a row.
Ryan, actually this is their fourth consecutive defeat in an ICC final and 8 overall ICC event in which they've been knocked out in a row.
Well, you know what they say, India holds all the records. So, time to do the same thing I've been doing when India loses an ICC event. Time for the match review. There are a few points I wanted to touch upon, and first on the list is win the toss and bowl or bat first. Now, though both captains at the coin toss said that they wanted to bowl first and quite a few experts were backing them, it has to now be questioned whether India made the right decision. In hindsight, you could say that the overcast conditions was the only reason why India chose to bowl first, because otherwise India never wins the toss and bowls first. In fact, this was the first time they won the toss and chose to bowl first since the washed out Bangalore test in 2015-16. But the overcast conditions were only there for the first 30 minutes and the pitch was not consistent throughout the match and in fact deteriorated. So I would say that either India read the pitch incorrectly or made a bad decision. Next, Ashwin in or out. Probably the most debated question of the match was whether Ashwin's exclusion was justified or not. There are two sides to looking at the scenario. Firstly, why Ashwin shouldn't be excluded. I mean, Ashwin, the number 1 test bowler and number 2 test all-rounder according to the ICC rankings and India's highest wicket taker in this WTC cycle. What more can he do to prove his selection? Add to that, there are 5 lefties in Australia's top 8 and we know how much Ashwin enjoys bowling to left-handers. So his exclusion certainly raised eyebrows, including mine. Raised my eyebrow. In Rohit Sharma's defense, the pitch and conditions forced India to go with the 4-pace attack, and to be fair, Shardul did enough in the match to prove his selection. With the bat, he scored the crucial 50 runs in the first innings, and with the ball, he managed to break crucial partnerships. But all in all, in my opinion, when you're a world-class spinner, you don't have to rely on the pitch for your success. When you're someone like Ashwin, you're able to adapt to different scenarios. So I felt that Ashwin should have been included in the side. We can't forget about Rahane's comeback. The only man who featured in the 11 who didn't hold a central contract with the BCCI ended up as probably the most valuable player for India in the match, being their highest run getter. When India's top order failed in the first innings, which I'll come to in a while, Rahane ensured that we're not out of the match on the second day itself. He has a very calm nature on the outside, but on the inside he must have been filled with hunger to prove himself to everyone that he's just not done as yet. 89 runs in the first innings, and in the second innings when the top order failed once again, he stuck with Virat Kohli and together with him scored 86 runs together, which gave us fans a sense of hope going into the 5th day, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Top order failure. This is not the first time I'm bringing this point, and I'm certain this won't be the last time. The way the top order was getting out in the match was what bothers me the most. I mean, Pujara and Gill read the ball completely wrong. They left the ball thinking it was an outswinger, but it swung back in and they got clean bowled. In both WTC finals, in fact, which mind you are 2 years apart, the same problem emerged. Not a single of India's top 4 batsmen crossed the 50-run mark in either innings. That's a disappointment, because if your top order is not making runs, you're expecting too much from your lower order, which has been India's strength thanks to Pant, Jadeja and Ashwin. But the bulk of the work has to be done by the top order. And it's not only in this and last year's WTC final, in ICC knockouts in general, be it in T20 World Cups, ODI World Cups, Champions Trophy. It's been long debated, is it the pressure or what, even I don't know, of why in crunch situations, when you want the best from your players, the batsmen are underperforming. What's the solution to this? Frankly, again, I don't know. Is it time to move on from your big stars and groom younger ones? Well, don't ask me.
No one was asking you, only
Ben Stokes.
Ryan, what did you say?
Nothing, Mom. I was talking about the England captain, Ben Stokes. Very good player. Yeah.
बच गया साला.
Moving on to India's bowling. Now, India's bowling resembled a roller coaster ride. Sometimes it reached exhilarating heights, creating false shots from batsmen and beating them from time to time. Their aggression in the bowling was also a joy to watch. They hit the deck hard, bowled tight lines stump to stump, forcing the batsman to play each ball. But otherwise, India's bowling suddenly plummeted, especially in the Travis Head-Steve Smith partnership, which was probably the defining moment of the game, which asserted Australia's stronghold on the match. During that 285-run partnership, there were barely any chances created, which was really disappointing. The pitch needs to be talked about because it was a pitch which was consistently changing and deteriorating. Look at what all the pitch did. At times, the ball had sudden bounce. I mean, how many times did you see the batsman getting hit on their hand and body by the ball? Then at times, the ball suddenly spun out of nowhere without even hitting the roughs, which were visible on days 4 and 5. The deterioration was visible by the scores in the innings: 469, 296, 270 and 234. As the match progressed, the innings total reduced and reduced. Another thing I noticed about the pitch was that usually at the start of a session, the ball used to do quite a bit even though the ball was relatively old. But after 1 hour, the track became easier to bat on. So there was a lot going on with the pitch which challenged batters, but I think that's what made the match more entertaining. The moment which I can pinpoint as to where we lost the match was on the 5th day. Yes, chasing 440 in the 4th innings after your opponents declared in the 3rd innings means that you made plenty of mistakes beforehand, and India did make quite a few mistakes. But coming into day 5, after making all those mistakes, I mean chasing 280 runs with 7 wickets in hand with Kohli and Rahane well set, India had a really good chance if those two batsmen batted together for one session even. But alas, Kohli's dismissal prompted a literal capitulation. India lost their last 7 wickets for 45 runs. The fact that we couldn't even survive one session or didn't fight right till the end was disappointing to watch as a fan. So that's it for today's video. So close but so far once again for India. Disappointment from Indian fans, including me, because I have not been old enough to witness India winning even one ICC trophy. But India will win an ICC trophy soon. Hopefully.